So welcome. Good to have you guys online. As I said before, just do the best you can. Take this up, take this down. As you guys know, your practice. I'll make this a nice comprehensive practice. We're going to get just some good classic hip opening and some shoulder opening. This is totally kind of a weird thing as I get used to being on camera. So bear with me, but I'm just happy to see. I'm far away from my laptop, so all I see is like little green names of people popping up, and I'm really excited to see that. I will look at who's there later. Just know that I love you all, and I'm happy that you're here, whether it's now or later on today. All right, let's practice. Happy Tuesday. Let's go ahead and start in child's pose. So come forward into hands and knees. Unlike my usual classes, I'm going to be doing pretty much all of this practice with you. So again, as this is a totally new style of teaching to me, bear with me. I'm used to being able to see you. So I will do the best I can. We'll all just enjoy this together. So in child's pose, knees a little bit wider than the toes. Go ahead and stretch the arms out. If you would like to rest your forehead on the earth, go for it. At this point, if you want to start your music at all, stretch out the arms and the shoulders a little bit. Let yourself just take a couple breaths here. Settle through the back of the chest, settle the heart. Take a couple deep breaths in the back of the ribs, back of the lungs. Let's outstretch the fingertips just a little bit further forward to the top corners of your mat. Pull the hips back in a nice deep stretch in the sideways. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift the forehead. Walk the hands to your upper left side. Stretch the right arm out just a little bit further. Pull the right hip back. Inhale, lift the chest. Walk it off to the opposite side. Stretch the left arm out a little bit further. Pull the left hip back and anchor down. Inhale and walk the hands back to center. From your child's pose, shift the body forward into tabletop. Go ahead, tuck the toes under, drive back through your heels in your table pose. Take an inhale and open across your chest. And lift your heart, draw the shoulders back. And an exhale, round your spine, push away the earth, drop the chin, hug everything in. And again, inhale, roll open, pull the chest forward, lift and lengthen the heart and spine. Big exhale, round your back, push away the earth, and hug navel in. One more time. Inhale, draw the chest forward, lift the tail, lift the heart. And big exhale, round your spine, and hug up and in. I'm going to find a little bit of a twist here, so go ahead, come just to a neutral spine. Keep the right hand planted to earth. Go ahead, twist left arm up to the ceiling. Stretch up tall through the left fingertips. And I'd like you to take the left fingertips behind the back of the ear actually for a moment. Okay, press the skull into the back of the hand. We did this last week a little bit, so if you were in class at all, it might feel familiar. Go ahead, turn open the elbow just a little bit taller. And on an exhale, pull the left elbow down toward your right and curl in. And inhale, go ahead, do the same thing. Turn open back toward the ceiling to your left. And exhale, curl in, left elbow down toward the right. One more time, inhale, turn open, lift and lengthen, big stretch here. And then pause here, send your left arm straight up toward the ceiling. Let's thread the needle, left arm under the right. Turn and face the right side of your yoga mat. Relax the left cheek down to the earth. Stretch the right arm a little bit further forward. Twist the spine. Couple breaths here and thread a needle. Go ahead and unwind your threaded needle. Come back in a table. Same thing, opposite side. Keep left hand to the floor. Take an inhale, stretch right arm up to the ceiling. And then stay put right here, but bring the fingertips back behind the right ear. Turn open through the right ribs, lift your gaze. On an exhale, draw the right elbow down to your left and hug in. And then inhale again, go ahead, turn open, pivot the chest, lift your ribs. Exhale, hug in, elbow to elbow, curl in. Then one more time, inhale, turn, pivot, open, pause here, send the right arm straight up to the ceiling, lift and lengthen. Exhale, thread the needle, right arm under your left. Turn and send the right cheek down to the floor. Walk the left hand a little bit further away. Twist the spine open. Couple rounds of breath. And go ahead and unwind. Find your tabletop pose one more time. And then from table, stretch the hands forward toward the top two corners of your mat. Last little posture here on our hands and knees. Puppy pose and prep to open the chest. Go ahead and drop the ribs down. I'd like you to keep your hips as high as you can here, just like you do in down dog. Let the forehead come to earth. Take an inhale and lift the forehead back up. Stretch the hands back in a table pose, right into down dog. Lift the hips up and back. Stretch out the legs. Bend the knees, shift your weight left and right once or twice. Get a little release in the back of the thigh, back of the calf. From downward facing dog, go ahead, stretch up tall into the tiptoes. Look forward to your hands and start to step the feet up toward the top of your yoga mat. Catch a hold on the opposite elbow. Bend the knees generously. Let yourself just hang in a ragdoll forward fold. Relax the gaze. Relax the neck. Take a little sway. Left or right might feel nice. Go ahead and release the hands back down to earth. Take an inhale and draw your chest forward. Find a nice strong halfway lift. Hands can be to ground or hands can come up a little bit higher onto the shin bone. Bring the hands right to the waist, push away the earth, and rise all the way up to standing. Starting right away this morning at the top of your yoga mat. Bring the feet about hip width distance apart. We're a little closer together, a little more challenge on balance. Turn the palms forward. Take an inhale, stretch the arms up and overhead. Lift the gaze to your thumbs. On an exhale, bend the knees, come all the way back down, forward bend. Fingertips or palms to earth. Take an inhale, look forward, halfway lift. Step your left leg back, find lunge pose on your right side. Draw forward into the right knee. Starting low, go ahead and lower the back leg down to the earth. Come to fingertips. Send the chest forward, lift and lengthen the gaze. On an exhale, if you pull your hips back, straighten the right leg, curl the toes, get a little stretch here, half splits. You're getting an unfiltered view into my morning practice. I usually practice before I teach, and this morning I didn't, so I'm struggling right there with you. Take an inhale, lunge right back forward into the right knee. Lift the chest. Big exhale, pull the hips back, straighten the right leg, and fold. One more time, inhale, draw right back forward into the right knee, lift your chest. Big exhale, pull the hips back, straighten the leg, take a little fold in. Inhale, lunge back into the right knee, lift the left. Step right back into downward facing dog, take a moment there. Stretch it out. From downward facing, again, find the tiptoes. Look forward to the top of your mat. Soft little steps or a little hop up to the top. Find a halfway lift once you get there. Take an in-breath as you send your chest up. And then exhale, fold and release forward and down. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Reach the arms up and overhead. Big breath in. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center and pause there. Let's do it again. Take an inhale, arms are gonna lift. Big exhale, forward fold, fingertips or palms. Look down or back. Inhale, look forward, lift your chest. Step the right leg back, find lunge on your left side. Draw forward into the knee, and then lower the back leg down to the earth. Good. Stay low, drag the right shin bone forward, send your chest up. On an exhale, pull the left hip back, straighten your left leg, take a little fold. Inhale, pull back forward, find a low lunge. Lift your heart. Big exhale, straighten the left leg, pull hips back and fold. And one more time. Inhale, lunge back into the left knee, sink forward into the right thigh, almost like upward facing dog. Exhale, pull the hips back, straighten and fold, little stretch to the left hamstring. And bend back into the left knee, lift your right leg, step back in a downward facing dog again. Take a second there. This time from downward facing dog, inhale, roll the body forward, find a nice strong plank pose. Okay, push away the earth, draw everything up and in. Nice strong arms, nice strong belly, nice strong legs. Drive back through your heels. Hold and breathe. Gaze down between the thumbs. Relax the nape of the neck. I won't leave you hanging here, I'm right there with you. Take one more deep breath in plank pose. Go to down dog on the exhale. From downward facing, go ahead, find the tiptoes again. Look forward, step or maybe a little hop up to the top of your mat. Still early in practice, take your time. Find your halfway lift, send the chest forward and up. Big exhale, fold it. Take an inhale, rise all the way to standing, lift the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, hands back down by your sides. All right, from the top of our yoga mat, we're gonna add on a little bit here. From the top, take an inhale, reach the arms up and over. Hands are gonna come behind the back on an exhale, interlace, make a fist. And then as you make that fist, draw the elbows back, draw the shoulder blades in, lift your chest. Go ahead, release the hands back down at your sides, take an inhale, reach them back up overhead. And then exhale, fold forward and down, fingertips or palms. Take an inhale, find your halfway lift, look forward. Go back into plank pose, adding on, making it a little bit stronger here. From plank pose, nice and strong, knees up or knees down, I'm showing the modification. Exhale, pull all the way to the floor, keep your chest open. Lengthen your legs back, take an inhale, find a soft cobra. Make your back work, pull the hands back, lengthen the toes, and then release back down. Tuck toes, push back, find downward facing dog, nice and strong. From dog pose, bring the feet a little closer together. Take an inhale, stretch the right leg up and into the air. As you exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands, find your lunge. Come up onto the fingertips, send your heart forward. We're gonna add on a little bit here. Left hand stays to the floor. Twist the right arm up to the ceiling. Find a nice high lunge pose. Good. Rotate spine open just a little bit more. And then exhale, release the right hand back down to the floor. We're gonna open the hips a little bit here. So go ahead, turn and face the left edge of your yoga mat. Wide-legged straddle. Find another twist. Plant your right hand to the floor. Turn and send the left arm up to the ceiling. A little bit of rotation in your wide-legged forward fold. Then exhale, return the left hand back to the floor. Face back forward into your lunge. Step the foot back, find plank. Big inhalation. Exhale, half or all the way down to the floor. Pull down. Take an inhale, pull forward cobra. Those you ready for this morning, go ahead and find your upward facing dog, but pause. Up dog, you are on straight arms. The knees are lifted, the thighs are toned, the hips are all the way off the earth, the belly is soft. Now exhale, go back, downward facing dog, pause there. Moment or two in down dog to breathe. Take an inhale, stretch the left leg up and into the air. Exhale, place the left foot forward in between your hands, find your lunge. Pause there in your lunge pose. Plant the right hand to the floor, take a little twist, send your left arm up to the ceiling. Opening up the outer left hip. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. Turn and face the right edge of your yoga mat. Find your wide-legged straddle. Place the left hand onto the earth. Send the right arm up to the ceiling. Big wide arm twist here. Couple rounds of breath. Exhale, right hand comes back to earth. Turn and face the front of your yoga mat, find lunge. Step back into plank, take an inhale. Exhale, half or all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, make it strong. Exhale into downward facing dog, pause there. From down dog, find the tiptoes again. Look forward, step or little hop up to the top of your yoga mat. Find your halfway lift, send your chest forward. Big exhale and fold. Take an inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, big breath in. And then exhale, close the hands to heart center. Let's add up. Take an inhale, arms are gonna lift. Hands go behind your back, interlace, make a fist. Open up across your chest, lift the heart. And then exhale, release the hands. Inhale, arms are gonna reach up and overhead. Exhale, forward, fold fingertips or palms. Find your halfway lift and look forward. Take it back in a plank pose, nice and strong. Big inhale here in plank. Big exhale, half or all the way down, up to you. Cobra or upward facing dog on the in-breath. And exhale, back in a downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg into the air. Exhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands, find lunge. Plant your left hand and twist the right arm up to the ceiling, revolve lunge. Exhale, hand down to the earth, turn and face the left. Wide-legged straddle, find your twist. Right hand plants, left arm opens. Face the back of your mat. Plant the left hand down, turn to the front of your mat, find your lunge. Step it on back, couple options. Vinyasa, so chaturanga, right? Or skipping, just go into downward facing dog. I'm gonna let you take just a moment here in downward facing dog. I'm gonna be real with you. A friend of mine is getting married today. She's texting me. I didn't put my computer on mute there. So that's what's going on there. All right, at this point we should all be back in downward facing dog. From dog pose, take an inhale, lift the left leg back into the air. Exhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands. Find your lunge. Twist your left arm up to the ceiling, revolve lunge. Exhale, hand to the floor, turn and face the right. Plant your left hand, send your right arm up to the ceiling, big breath in. Exhale, hand to the floor, turn and face the top of your mat. Step back to Vinyasa or downward facing dog, pause there. As always, anytime you need a breather, child's pose. Give it a couple rounds of breath and down dog. Take an inhale to the tiptoes. Exhale and look forward from down dog. Step or hop to the top of your yoga mat. Come to a halfway lift, big breath. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, rise all the way to standing. Reach the arms up and overhead. Hands go behind the back. Exhale, interlace. Inhale, open up across the chest. Exhale, hands release. Inhale, reach the arms back up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips or palms, look down or back. Inhale, look forward, halfway lift. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. So if you're taking that vinyasa, play with stepping or a little hop back and lower down. Big breaths into your back bend. Big exhales into your down dog. Inhale, raise the right leg into the air. Step the right foot forward in between your hands, find your lunge. Plant your left hand and twist the right arm back into revolve lunge. Exhale, hand to the floor, turn and face the wide edge. Plant your right hand, twist your left. Exhale, hand to the floor, turn back forward. Step it on back, down dog or chaturanga again. Start to flow with your breath. We'll meet in down dog after a moment or two. Inhale and exhale through the nose. From down dog, inhale, left leg is gonna lift. Exhale, place the foot forward in between your hands. Again, twist the left arm up to the ceiling, revolve lunge. Exhale, hand down, turn to the right, wide-legged straddle. Twist your right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, hand to the floor, turn and face the top of your yoga mat. Step it on back, vinyasa or down dog, up to you. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. From downward facing, find the tiptoe, look forward, step or little hop up to the top of your yoga mat, find your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, reach the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, return hands at your sides. All right, changing it up here a little bit. Bring your legs a little closer together. For Utkatasana chair pose, bend the knees, drop the hips, send your arms forward, lengthen your waist. Modification arms just go straight forward. This is hard enough as it is. Amplification arms go alongside the ears. Double amplification. On my gym, they call it RX plus. Head goes back. Palms go together. Gaze goes up toward the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Come on down. Inhale, find your halfway lift, look forward. Vinyasa, or right into downward facing dog. If you want to work that hop back, get up high into those fingertips, strong shoulders, float it back. We'll meet in down dog. Inhale, raise the right leg into the air. Step the right foot forward in between your hands. Okay. We find and hold our lunge for a hot second. Drag the chest forward. Come up high to the fingertips. Send your hands back behind you. Turn the palms face up. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. Now push away the earth. Take an inhale and rise all the way up to standing. Good. Let's make sure I'm still in the video. Yeah, awesome. Reach the arms up and overhead. Crescent pose. Slight back bend, lift and lengthen the chest. And exhale, plant the hands back down to the earth. Pause. Twist the right arm back up to the ceiling. Revolve lunge. Exhale, hand goes back to the floor. Turn and face the left. Same work. Twist the back arm, left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, hand to the floor. Turn it back forward, find your lunge. Little different. Keep the fingertips on the earth, or feel free to jump them forward just a few inches for some modification. Shift the body weight forward. We're going to lift the left leg up into what we call standing split. Okay, also known as a one-legged forward fold. Draw the chin toward the shin bone, reach up tall through the left leg. And then bend your standing leg, step back into lunge. Plant your hands. Step right foot back. Vinyasa or down dog, up to you. From downward facing, take an inhale, stretch left leg up and into the air. Big exhale, step the left foot forward in between the hands, find lunge. Once you found that lunge pose again, reach the hands back. Stay low. Squeeze the upper thigh, but turn your palms face up. Take an inhale, reach all the way up to standing crescent pose. Little bit of a light standing back bend as you reach your heart up. Exhale, hands come back to the floor. Twist left arm up to the ceiling, revolve lunge. Exhale, turn and face the right side of your mat. Twist. Send the right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, right hand comes back to earth. Turn and face the top of your yoga mat. Bend your standing leg. Hands can stay right in line with the foot, a little more challenge. Or hands go forward. Shift your weight forward. Lift the right leg. Nice, strong standing split. Couple breaths. Think about lengthening the tail up, drawing the heart down. And then release back into your lunge pose. Vinyasa, or downward facing dog, or child's pose. Couple breaths. From downward facing dog again, find the tiptoes. Look forward. Step a little hop up to the top of your mat. Come to a halfway lift. Big breath in. Exhale, big forward fold. Legs go a little closer together. Utkatasana, chair pose. Drop the hips. Bend the knees. Reach the arms forward or up or together. Lift and lengthen the gaze. Push the palms. Come to standing release. That's going to add on. Take an inhale. Utkatasana, chair pose. Drop the hips. Sweep the arms, lift the gaze. Big exhale, forward fold, fingertips or palms. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Vinyasa, or right into down dog. You can work your step and lower back, your hop and lower down. Up to you, go for it. From downward facing, take an inhale, stretch the right leg into the air. This time, draw the right knee into your belly. Round your back, hug up and in. Get nice and strong, shoulders over your hands. Inhale and reach the right leg back into the air. Exhale, right knee in your navel, nose to knee. Squeeze in, shoulders over hands. One more time, inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, knee to navel, nose toward the knee. Shift weight forward and step the foot in between the hands. Rise up, find crescent pose, all the way into standing lunge. Reach up, a little bit of a standing back bend. And exhale, bring the hands back down to earth. Twist the right arm up to the ceiling, revolve lunge. Exhale, hand down, turn to your left. Wide-legged straddle last time. Send the left arm up to the ceiling, reach up tall. Exhale, hand to the floor. Shift back forward, find standing split. Grip the earth. Send the left leg up and into the air. And then step back into lunge pose. Plant your hands. Take it back, Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Last little bit of our work here. Couple breaths. I should clarify. Last little bit of our warm-up work here. The tough thing about this is that you guys aren't here to give me feedback on all of my humor, so I'm just gonna have to laugh with myself, which is fine. It's what I do most of the day. All right. From downward facing dog, take an inhale, lift the left leg up and into the air. On an exhale, pull the left knee into the navel, round your spine, shift forward, nice and strong, set of 3. Inhale, reach it back. Big exhale, knee to navel, nose to knee, shift forward. Inhale, reach the left leg up and back. One more time, knee to navel, nose to knee. Step the left foot forward in between the hands, find lunge. Reach the arms back and inhale, rise all the way up, crescent pose. Slight standing back bend as you lift your gaze. Exhale, hands to the floor. Twist left arm up to the ceiling, reach up. Exhale, hand to the floor, turn to your right, wide-legged straddle, final round. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, hand to the floor, turn and face the front, standing split. Shift your weight and drop the gaze. Inhale, find your lunge. Take it back. Down dog or vinyasa, up to you. Couple breaths here. From downward facing, find the tiptoes. Exhale and look forward. Step or hop to the top of your yoga mat. Find your halfway lift. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold, release and return. Bring the legs a little closer together. Drop the hips. Inhale, lift your arms. Utkatasana, chair pose. Again, arms can come forward. Arms can go up. Palms can come together, gaze goes up. And then press into the feet, lift all the way up back to standing. Release the hands. Little bit of a standing balance here at the top of our yoga mat. Go ahead and shift weight onto your right foot. Draw the navel in. Take your gaze forward and down. Bring the hands to heart center. When you're ready, pull the left knee right up into the navel. Flex the toes. Good. If all feels well, life is grand. Make sure hips are even. Lift the thigh bone just a little bit higher. And if all still feels grand, take your left knee and just straighten it. And hold for 3. Hard to check the computer when I'm doing this. 2. One more big breath in. Big breath out, step down. Shift weight onto your left. Lift the right heel. Same work, navel in. Draw the thigh bone up. Make sure the hips are even. Draw the knee up a little higher. Stay strong on your standing left leg. If all feels good, straight. Reach, drive forward for 3. Short and sweet. 2. And 1. Step down. Inhale, arms are going to lift overhead. We're going to let this be a shoulder opener. Hands go behind the back. Interlace, make a fist. Step the feet just a little bit wider apart, give yourself some space. And then go ahead and lengthen your chest, send your heart up. On an exhale, fold forward and down. Good. Best you can, squeeze the palms in a little closer. Let the knees be soft, let the gaze be down. Then go ahead, gently release the hands down to earth. Take an inhale, find your halfway lift. Vinyasa or down dog. I'm going to hit down dog. All right. So here we go. We're going to build on to some of that warm-up work we did. Take an inhale, stretch the right leg up and into the air. Now draw the right knee into your navel, hug your nose towards your knee and curl in. Shift your weight forward over your hands. Inhale, send the right leg back up into the air. Now think like crow pose. Draw the right knee up to that right arm and see if we can just hover it right at that upper arm bone. Inhale and send the right leg back into the air. And now twist. Bring it over to your left arm. Best you can. If you can get it to touch that elbow, cool, awesome, go for it. Inhale, send it back up into the air. Step the right foot forward in between your hands. Find lunge. Little breather on your back leg. Go ahead, lower the knee. Walk the right foot out a little bit wider to your right. Lizard pose. Hands are going to go to the inside of the right foot. Option to come onto a block if you want to go down a little lower onto your forearms. Or if you want to bring your forearms all the way to the earth. Also an awesome option. Take just a nice couple breaths here. Inhale and lift back up onto your hands. Walk the right foot back to the center line at the top of your mat. You're going to come back into your lunge pose. Okay, we're going to let the hips open just a little bit here. So from our lunge, let's find our crescent pose one more time. So reach all the way up, lift and lengthen. Cool. All right, from our crescent pose, interlace the hands, turn and press the palms up. Take a little side bend over to the right. And then inhale and lift back up to center. Bring just the right hand down onto your right hip. We're going to prepare for a twist, so outer hip opening here. Drop forward into the right knee. Big exhale, swing and cross to the outside of the right knee. If that's a little much, please feel free to go forearm onto your thigh, and you can always drop your back knee as a modification. I'm going to show it. Okay, if you are going to the outer knee, press the arm into that leg. Press the leg into the arm. Take your hands at prayer position. Turn your gaze either down or gaze over to the right. Now make the spine nice and strong as it rotates open. Keep your gaze at one point. Take one or two nice strong breaths here. Soften the right outer hip. Remember that if you are okay, take deep breaths. And then return the hands back down to the earth. Walk it off to your left. Find wide-legged straddle. A true wide-legged straddle without a twist. So toes are going to come in just a little bit more than heels. Okay, come up onto the fingertips, lift and lengthen the chest. Exhale, pull the heart forward, fold in. You can come to fingertips. You can come to the palms. Hug the elbows in, draw forward and fold. Inhale and lift yourself back up about halfway. And go ahead, step it back forward into your lunge pose. Okay, from this lunge, take a gaze at your back foot, spin the heel down to the floor. We're going to keep everything facing forward for the most part. So drive your chest forward, lift up into warrior one. My hips might have just a little bit of a rotation out. It's 100% okay. Kind of recommended. And the ribs and the shoulder might start to rotate forward as the arms go forward, or arms go up, or just like chair pose, a little more of a challenge. Arms come together, head goes back, gaze goes up. Back leg is nice and strong, sink into the front thigh. Couple deep breaths here. Bring the hands behind your back. Interlace, make that fist again. Lengthen the knuckles down the spine, lift your chest. Drop forward into the right thigh, start to fold over the right leg, or just to the inside of the right leg, humble warrior. Okay, do your best to lead the right leg forward, the crown of the head down. And then slowly return the hands down to your yoga mat. Lift your back heel, find lunge. Straighten your right leg forward. Bend back into the right knee. Step the foot back, down dog, or vinyasa, up to you. One of those vinyasas might be recommended to just play with a little bit of a locust pose, right, instead of a cobra or up dog. Enjoy changing it up. All right, from downward facing dog, take an inhale. Stretch left leg up and into the air. Big breath. Exhale, draw the left knee into the navel, nose to knee. Shift forward. Inhale, send the left leg up and into the air. Think crow pose. Bring it over to your left upper arm. Barely touch. Hover, hover, hover. Inhale, reach it back. One more time, go across to your right arm and hover here. Inhale, reach it back and into the air. Step the left foot forward in between your hands. Find lunge. And then from our lunge, again, we're going to go a little bit wider. Lower the back knee. Walk left foot out, hands go to the inside. You can go to block, or blocks, or LaCroix, or I can't think of any other square-shaped household item that you might have around your house. Perhaps a package of toilet paper that you have just laying around. I can practically hear you laughing. So forearms or hands, soften your chest, take a little inner thigh stretch. This will help us prepare for that humble warrior coming up soon. Go ahead, walk it up onto your hands. Walk left foot back to the center of your mat, to top. Lift the back right knee. Okay, we're going to find our crescent pose again. So nice and strong, take an inhale, reach the arms up into the air. Okay, a little bit of a side bend here, interlace. Turn to press your palms up. Side bend to your left. So when we're side bending here, we want to aim to go in the same direction as that front leg. So it's our left leg, so we go to the left. Helps you balance. Take an inhale, lift back up to center. Left hand to the thigh. Drop the outer hip. Big twist. Exhale. You can always drop your back knee if needed. Bring the hands to heart. Turn and spin your chest open. Again, always drop here as needed. You're still doing the posture. All right? Whatever helps you get into that rotation. 1 or 2 more rounds of breath. Gaze wherever you can hold your gaze. If back knee is up, nice strong back thigh. And I'm going to turn away from you. We're going to bring the hands down to the floor. Turn and face the right, wide-legged straddle. Big inhale, find your halfway lift. Big exhale, fold forward and down, plant the palms. Good, tone the thighs, draw the knees in, grab the mat, hug in just a little bit more. Relax the gaze. And then inhale, lift all the way back up, halfway. Turn and face the front of the mat, find lunge. From your lunge, spin the back heel to the floor. Take an inhale, lift all the way up, find warrior 1. Again, mostly forward, best you can. Reach the arms up. They can be apart. They can work a little closer together. There will be a minor back bend here in the spine. Not minor, it's pretty substantial. You'll feel it as you lift your heart. And then squeeze the inner line of the arm together. Pull the palms together. Send the fingertips forward and away. We'll bring the hands behind the back and prepare for humble warrior. Take an inhale, lengthen the knuckles back and down. Big exhale, strong left thigh, pull forward and down. I'm saying good, but I'm probably just saying it to myself here, which is fine. I need that reminder too. And then go ahead and release the hands down to the floor. Lift your back heel, find lunge. Good. Straighten the left leg, take a little breather off the left thigh, fold in. And back into the left knee, plant your hands. Vinyasa down dog or child's pose. Up to you. Couple breaths. All right, from down dog, find the tiptoes. Look forward, step a little hop to the top of your yoga mat. Find your halfway lift once you get there, big breath. And then exhale, fold, take your gaze back and down. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, reach the arms up and overhead, big breath in. Then exhale, bring the hands back down to your sides. All right, legs are gonna go a little bit closer together here. One more standing balance before we add on. So inner thigh hugs together, bend the knees, drop hips, chair pose. Arms go forward. Let's take the right arm underneath your left, eagle arms. Backs of the hands or full palm together. Okay, modification, grab your shoulders. All right, amplification, full eagle. Put your weight down on your right foot. Lift your left. Cross thigh on thigh. The lower your butt, the harder for your legs. But the easier for balance because your toes are close to the ground. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Set your gaze somewhere forward beyond your forearms. Take a couple deep breaths here. And now let's take those elbows and start to fold them over the knees. What I call humble eagle pose. Round your back. Settle and soften your heart. I'd like you to stay low to the ground. I'd like you to be strong. Take your hands to the floor, uncross your left leg, go up in a standing split, left leg up to the ceiling. Big breath here. Good. Big exhale, step back, find lunge. All right. Spin the back heel down. Inhale, find warrior one, reach up. Okay, from warrior one, I'm gonna have you drive forward into the right knee, bring both hands to the inside of the right leg. And go for just a little bit of bind here. So feel free to pause if you want to grab a towel or the nearest piece of fabric that you can find to help with our binding. Please feel free. If you happen to have a yoga strap nearby, that's fine. I didn't tell you to grab something because it's not necessary that we take this bind. Drive forward into the right leg. Start to thread the right shoulder underneath the right knee. Okay. Stage one is here. Stage two, right hand wraps behind the right hip. Walk it up toward that right waist. If all feels well, left hand goes behind the back, catches a hold. Unlike side angle, drive forward, turn the ribs, turn the shoulders, think top of head, almost to the floor. Bound lizard pose. Stay strong in your hips. Keep your hips inside of your yoga mat. Make the legs strong, make the heart soft. Tone your back leg, take 2 more breaths. Even in video, I can extend out those breaths nice and long. And then release the hands down to the floor. Thank goodness, unwind, straighten the right leg. Pull the hips back. Step your left foot forward a couple inches, full pyramid pose. So it's just a slightly shorter stance. You're gonna lift your chest, draw the abdomen forward, fold over the thigh. And then prepare for a slightly deeper rotation, revolve triangle pose. So this is where, again, having something just to elevate yourself might help. I'm gonna use a block. So my left hand's either gonna come to the floor or come to that prop of sorts. Keep the legs straight, best you can. Turn your ribs, spin your gaze, send the right arm up to the ceiling. So feet might be turning in one direction while the spine is going in the other. Nice and strong here in your spine, lift the chest. Good, 2 more breaths and revolved triangle, twisted triangle pose. Then exhale and return that hand back to the floor. Good, set the prop off to the side. Bend the right knee, step the left foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Bring the feet together, bend the knees, drop the hips, find chair pose. Now, option to stay in chair, but who would take that option? Okay, or we're gonna find a little bit of a toe stand, so lift the heels, come onto the toes, reach the palms forward. A little bit of work in Bakasana, crow pose. Okay, so this is a good place if you have like a couch pillow. If you're worried at all about falling, you are at home. So you can play with this a little bit. Just be careful, still take caution. Don't go ham just because you're at home and you're like, it's screw it, I can do it, I can do it. I can just fall forward. Still be mindful. All right, so from our toe stand, my hips are lower than my head. I want to switch that. So I want to bring my hands forward. Right? I want to get my hips higher than my head. I'm going to come back a little bit just so I'm on my yoga mat. Okay, two things happen in the arms. I bring my knees up as high as I can. Now as my knees push forward against my arm bone pushes back. And I feel my upper shoulder girdle turn on. I hug my elbows in. I pull my navel up and in. I look forward, always forward. If one or both feet can come off, squeeze, point the toes, lift the heels right up into the glutes. Imagine you're going to straighten those arms. One or two more moments here. And then return the feet back down. Take a forward fold. Catch hold on the opposite elbow. Okay, from the top of your mat. Halfway lift. We're going up to standing. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Yeah. Then exhale, hands come down. Standing balance. Legs are going to come a little closer. Chair pose. Bend the knees, drop hips. Reach your arms. Okay, eagle. Left arm under the right. Backs of hands or palms or shoulders. Do what you can do. And when you're ready, stand on your left leg. So you lift your right, cross it, squeeze. Toes might come closer to the floor. I'm okay with that. Find your balance. Drop the butt. Send your gaze forward. If all feels well, let elbows come forward over the knees. Fold in over the thighs. Set your gaze somewhere forward and down. Stay strong, breathe. Now, take the hands to earth. Uncross the right leg. Go right into standing split, nice strong left leg. Step the right foot back, find lunge. Spin the heel down. Widen your left foot a little bit wider to your left. Inhale to warrior one. Okay, I'm at a slightly higher degree. When I want to find my bind, I need to go lower. So drop in your lunge, bring the hands to the floor. Okay, again, this might be where that towel comes in handy, or strap, or any piece of fabric you got. Okay, draw forward into the left. Drop the left shoulder. Thread the hand underneath. Wrap to the outer left waist. Okay, if all feels well, right hand comes behind you. Catches a hold. Drive forward into the left shin. Turn your shoulders, drop the head. Take 3 breaths here. Nice and strong. Big inhales, big exhales. Keep the knees in. Keep the hips in. Soften your chest, 1 more breath. And then return the hands to the floor. Unwind. Straighten the left leg. Shorten the stance, bring the back foot in a couple inches. Sweet relief. Pyramid pose. Fold in. Inhale, lift your chest. Okay, this is where we find that revolved triangle again. So, hand to block, or hand to earth, or hand to whatever you got. Turn your ribs, tone your thighs, spin your chest, send left arm up to the ceiling, best you can. Draw the heart in one direction, draw the hips in the other. Keep the navel plugging in, and tone the legs. Deep breaths here in Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolved triangle pose. And then exhale and return the left hand back down to the earth. Then the knee, ditch the prop, step forward. Find a forward fold at the top of your mat. Same work, look forward. Bend the knees, drop the hips, chair pose. Lift the arms. Option to stay if you want to. Or find that toe stand again. Okay. From the toe stand, we're gonna work Bakasana 1 more time before we shift into a different arm balance. So opportunity to play again. Keep gaze forward. It's when we turn our gaze backward that we start to lose our balance because we need our eyes for balance. Okay? Blocks or having something forward is always a good place, just so you know where you're looking. All right, plant hands, lift hips, knees against the upper arm, arms against the knees, round your upper back, grip the earth, push away. And as you push away the earth, maybe one or both feet start to lift, squeeze heels in, lengthen through the neck, draw the navel in, point those toes, straighten those arms, and then step back down, forward fold. Good work. All right. Take an inhale, find your halfway lift. Okay, Vinyasa or down dog. We're going to take a child's pose just for a moment. If you want that extra chaturanga, go for it. If you are ready for a child's pose, go for it. We're going to hit one more arm balance before we switch gears. So just give yourself an opportunity to rest. Take a second. Last little bit of work here. So we did a lot of twisting, a lot of outer hip opening. So we're going to work into variations of Parsvabhakasana or revolved crow pose. The thing about this is that it sounds and can seem like a scary posture, but there are truthfully a ton of stages of this. Parsvabhakasana in my practice is an elusive beast. It comes and goes at its own free will, and only when I am extraordinarily prepped for it and not expecting it at all do I ever catch it. So go with it with some method and with some patience. I'm going to give you a couple options here as to how you want to play with it. So what I first do when I work my Parsvabhakasana is I orient myself in the right direction before I worry about anything else. So let's find our down dog just as a vehicle. Let's be official about our vinyasa practice. Just as a vehicle to get up to the top. So go ahead and find down dog. Okay, from down dog, tiptoes, look forward. Big tiptoes, steps, or hop to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Okay, big exhale, forward fold. And then come up to standing, lift the arms. And then go ahead, close it out, hands to heart. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the body. So you're going to take your toes, you're going to take your whole body essentially, and just turn it about 45 degrees to the top left corner. If you missed geometry, that is not turning all the way to the left. So just turn like a little bit to the left so you're pointing to that top left corner. Okay, so my friend just got married and my phone is blowing up, so everybody give a little congratulations to fellow yoga teacher Milwaukee. All right, so we are orienting ourselves to the top left corner, and we're going to find that toe stand again. So we're going to bend the knees, drop the waist. Heels are lifted in this toe stand. Right hand is going to stay to that right thigh. Left arm is going to lift up to the ceiling. The most important part is to find a twist. Just like you do in revolved chair or revolved crescent. Big exhale, take that left arm to the outer right knee. Now, all you have to do, send your knees a little more to the left and put your hands so they face the top of your mat. Look forward. Now this is where you can modify by thinking chaturanga arms and putting your right elbow underneath your right hip and you actually shelve it. Or you can skip all of that hullabaloo and you can just think crow pose. It's just my knees are in a different direction. Okay, so look forward. Lift your hips higher than your head. Squeeze your inner thigh. Pick up your inner heel. That'll be your right heel. Look forward. See if that outer heel can lift. And then move the feet a little wider to your left. And just try it for a moment or two. And when your body gives up, come back down. And then take a forward fold. And release. Bend the knees, shake it out. And we do it again. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach up. Hands to heart. Take the feet, the body, turn to the upper right corner. Same work. Toe stand. Lift the heels. Lift the right arm. Big exhale, bigger twist. My arm is no doubt pushing against my upper knee nicely. My hands are going to come down. Okay, I'm going to take my gaze forward. And again, you can shelf this left elbow, boom, right underneath. I will show you right here, right now, what that looks like. Right here, right, shelving that elbow. I'm not a big fan. Or just work it just like crow pose. I'm going to work for a second to get back into my posture. Okay, so hands go forward. Gaze goes forward. Lift the hips higher. Hug the left heel in. Look forward. See if we can lift those feet. One or two, even if it's just a heel, even if it's just one toe. And then come back down. And then take a forward fold again. Catch a hold on the opposite elbow. All right. Give it just a round or two of breath. Release the hands. Halfway lift. Vinyasa or down dog. We're going to start to shift gears a little bit. Lower the knees. Take child's pose once more. Hips back. You just did a lot on your hands. So if you want to, slide the hands at your sides. When I do that, I like to catch a hold onto my heels and rest the head. All right, let's take the hands back forward. We're going to switch gears. We're going to find a pigeon pose. So go ahead and come into downward facing dog. We're going to lift the right leg back into the air. Go ahead and step the right ankle up toward the left wrist. Switch the knees back. Quick modification, anybody at home, this is doing some things to your knees, really uncomfortable stuff. You don't have to skip out of this. Working figure four, either seated, so this is my right leg crossed on my left, or supine figure four, either down or up. It's just a little bit less pressure on your knees. Okay, so I want you to sort of choose one of those 1, 2, 3 options. Okay, if you are in pigeon, gaze goes forward, hips pull back. Whatever prop you have. Dog, the cat. I miss my cat. I've only been gone for like 2 hours and I already miss him. Take it down. Pigeon pose in any variation is often stressful mentally. It's a lot you seem to be fighting against with your hips. And so you don't have to fight against that. Don't be scared of the fact that there's a lot of tension there. What we do this for is to learn about our practice, to learn about our bodies. Try not to move into things with fear, but rather with a level of observation. With the ability to pull back because we respect our body and our limitations, but also to go into it with a sense of trust. So settle into this just for another 2 or 3 rounds of breath. Try to relax into it as best you can. lift back up, come onto the hands. Let's just set any props away and stretch back into down dog. And if you want to lift that leg or just kind of move into the hip a little bit, roll it out. Give yourself just a moment to release out of pigeon. Take an inhale and stretch the left leg into the air. I'm going to go into pigeon again. Those of you doing seated pigeon, just switch sides seated. Or supine on your back. Reclined figure 4. Okay. Send your gaze forward and fold it. There is a natural tendency to rock to one side or the other. You find a little bit of equal weight placement. Equal length forward and back. Equal release from the top of the body down. Walk back up onto the hands. Okay, let's stretch the left leg up and back into the ear. Release it back down. Lower the knees. Sweep the feet around. Come to seated. Simple seated forward fold. Take the seat muscle out. Curl toes back. Get nice and long in your spine. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, draw forward. Slide the hands alongside the shins. If they're near the feet, go for it. This is not the point of the pose to grab the feet. It's just kind of a nice little bit of a leverage to pull back. To the top of your mat. Go ahead, lay down on your back. So you may not be seeing me, and that's fine. Just try to still hear my words best you can. You're going to keep this simple. Go ahead and draw the knees into the chest. Take a little rock from left to right. Keep the right knee into the chest. Send your left leg forward. Simple twist. Catch a hold onto the right knee with your left hand. Open the right arm out wide. Take a twist across your body. As you twist to the left, turn your gaze back to the right. Draw your navel back to the right. Soften the outer hip. Draw it back into center. Catch a hold with your right hand. Open the knee toward your outer right ribs. Relax your left